So, beginning with today's webinar, with a lot of gratitude to you all, Harvinder ji, who all have made this webinar a great possibility. We all are going to be learning about runes today and many, many magical things around runes. So, for today's webinar, please keep your pens and papers ready because I'm going to be giving away a lot of tips and other things that can help you make not only read runes, but also a lot of talismans and symbols and things that can help you in your everyday life. At the end of today's call, I'm going to give you and leave you with a great, great offer, and that will help you make your journey of divination more powerful. Right now, requesting all of you to keep your minds open like a parachute. Our minds and parachutes work only when they are open. All right. So, welcoming all of you to this Runes webinar today. Those of you who would want to ask me questions or would want to participate, one secret to getting the most out of me is to keep things interactive. The more you ask, the more you will get. And at the same time, please be present. Let me see your smiling faces on the screen. That inspires me to give you more and more and more. Right? So, welcome in today. How many of you who are excited already? Just write E for excited in the chat window. I have so much to offer you, give you, that will help you at least kickstart your journey with a few symbols right from today. Excited. I am also excited to bring this to all of you. Welcome in. So, I would like to begin introducing myself, if that's all right with your permission, because some of you seem completely new to me, right? My name is Siddhi, and I am an angel card reader, a divination expert, healer, and spiritual energy activation coach. In the last 5 years' time, I've empowered more than 11,000 people to receive answers, remedies, breakthroughs in the area of health, wealth, and relationships. I've been fortunate to work with so many women who came to me and they were housewives, and today they are divination experts. They're making money in six figures through angel card reading or any other healing practices. All the way from them to there are so many people that come to me from corporates when they wanted to make their switch, when they were feeling stuck in their life as to I don't know what needs to be done. They wanted guidance, and the knowledge that I imparted helped them to change their lives immensely. It's not only their story, this is my story as well. When I wanted to change my life, I wanted someone to tell me where do I start working from? How do I begin? There were so many questions on my mind, and it felt very awkward to constantly go and ask friends. It felt very awkward to constantly go and seek help from elders because sometimes you don't want to be vulnerable in front of them. So at that point in time, one of my friends gave me her angel card decks in my hands. And when I saw that, I was thrilled. I knew that my answers were going to be coming from there, right? And I just kept looking at her with mixed emotions. I had confusion because I didn't know how to read. I had questions because I didn't know what to do with it. But somewhere I knew that this was my answer and this was going to change my life. She taught me a couple of things that would help me read with those cards. And oh my God, that changed my life. That day when I sat and I learned and I took charge of my life, it was like nothing doing from now on. I'm going to surrender my questions to my angels and I'm going to let them intervene in my life to heal it. to guide me, to protect me, to show me every step of my life. And that changed the whole game for me. And after a while, I started reading for people. I started getting accuracy, and that was one of the brilliant blessings that I got through that reading that my friend gave me. And that opened doorways and pathways for me to know more means of divination, more means of how I can make my practice more flourishing. And I was curious. Do you know that in another 2 years' time, I kept on learning and became master of more than 100 healing courses? I just kept on learning on and on and on, day in, day out, like how uh, an SSE student learns. Someone in 10th, they just go on learning, they just go on practicing for hours together. I used to meditate for 6 hours. I used to meditate over cards and learn and constantly be learning all the way from the minute I woke up till very night, late in the night when I would go off to sleep. And on top of that, I constantly sought guidance. Whatever I was guided towards, I would note down in a journal. So, this is one thing I want to tell all of you today, that today, whatever you're going to learn, utilize it by journaling. Why am I telling this story? It's because I want to bring out aspects of what I learn, give them to you so that they start making a great difference in your life as well. Once you start journaling everything and revisit that journal after 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you will realize how far you have reached. You will get the kind of confidence you may not have thought you will get in this. So, this is how my journey started. If you are also someone who believes in seeking guidance directly from the higher beings, and from time to time you think that you are going to be needing guidance, this webinar is for you. This webinar is also for people who are action takers, who want to learn something and don't want to just sit, who want to learn something and practice it, take something back, go back, try it out, make some symbols, do something about it, and come back saying that, yeah, this is how things changed for me. I will try it, and again I will try it, and again I will try it, and again I will try it, and I will improvise. It is for people like that. So, if you are not fitting in these categories, you might not get a lot from today's webinar, because this is going to be all about divination, symbols, learning, and how you can make great things, great turnarounds in your life. This workshop is getting recorded. It's not a live workshop, and I don't know whether for how long I will be able to give you the recording, but I will try and do my best. I'm not going to be covering up many aspects of runes, and even then, you will have handful, because runes are magnificent. There is so much that you can do with it. May I begin with a story of how runes came into our life? Yeah, let's go back to the time when there used to be a god or a godlike figure named Odin. He was mighty powerful. इतनी ताकत थी that no one would be able to defeat him in any kind of wars. From that to the point, people started believing that he can never lose. कभी हार ही नहीं सकते, उतनी ताकत. Odin in his life fought so many battles. इतनी जंग खेली उन्होंने. But his true endeavor was knowledge. सही प्यास, सही भूख तो उनको knowledge की थी. To gain some knowledge, he had also given out his right eye. To gain some knowledge, he made many, many sacrifices in his life. And he became one of the greatest knowledge seekers in the world. If you are someone like Odin, this webinar is for you because this is for people who are hungry for knowledge. Yeah. Odin was one such guardian like that. One fine time, he had accomplished so many things. जैसे कि कुछ बाकी ही नहीं है. He accomplished so many things. Nothing is left behind. But he still felt that there is something more that I want. And I want it coming in a big way. So what he did, he hung himself upside down on a tree, a life-giving tree, for 9 days. He did not eat. So many other gods, goddesses, spirits came to help him. That please eat something, please do something. You will die like this. He said not to offer me anything. I'm here in the quest of knowledge. His eyes, when he was hung upside down, his eyes were fixated. Some people say it's a well, some people say it's roots of the tree. But nevertheless, it means something that was going deep inside the earth for knowledge. And it is said just few minutes before he was going to die in that situation, some symbols started coming to life through that well and showed him something really great. The universal forces. It is said in Norse mythology there are 24 sections of such forces, and they come to us through 9 different parts. He was shown all of that, and the symbols came to life. And these symbols today we know as runes, symbols that Odin gave to all of us. Once he received this symbol, it is said that he became so accomplished and the most powerful person on the earth. And he used these rune symbols to win over his enemies, to clear out his pathways, to seek what's going to be happening in future, to seek guidance as to be what should be his next move. And he gave out the symbols of runes that we know as Elder Futar. There are multiple types of runes. Today, we're going to be focusing on Elder Futark runes. आज जो हम करेंगे उनको कहते हैं Elder Futark runes. So are we all ready and excited to know about runes? Yeah, get your
Yes.
papers and pens out because today we are going to be learning about a few symbols, how we are going to be working with runes, and what else can we do with runes. So far, we know that we can read. How many of you already knew that we can read with runes? Yeah, they are guidance giving tools. We can do divination. Divination means seeking guidance, reading with the runes. But runes can also be used to do spell casting, for making talisman, for using symbols for healing and multiple different purposes, making them in the air. There's something people try out as stand in the way, making the symbols and channelize the energies inside of them. Runes is not only divination. Runes are powerful, mighty, magnificent symbols. If you understand this, just write MMS. Mighty, magnificent symbols are runes. They are not only for divination. इससे सिर्फ रीडिंग नहीं करेंगे, इससे हम लोग बहुत कुछ करेंगे. आपको अगर ये समझ में आया तो टाइप MMS, क्योंकि इससे स्पेल कास्टिंग कर सकते हैं, तालिस्मान्स बना सकते हैं, रीडिंग कर सकते हैं और भी बहुत कुछ. So I'm going to give you a little idea and flavor of how I teach and make things easy for you. You can keep your pens and papers out. So let us first look at what we've got here and what we need to learn. Okay? Can you see Just 1 second. Let me pin one more video with mine. Give me a second, please.